revisiting my dreams with the king.
Take me a swig. I'm going to be sharp. I'm always going to be ready. And if I got to do it every morning before I go to work to make sure I'm sharp, that's what's going to crack it.
Right,
That's what's going to
right.
happen. Yo, good people, welcome to another episode of The Ride, a journey towards your dreams. I'm your host, Johnny King III, aka Still Chill Leroy, and this is the Revisit Your Dreams podcast show exclusively on the Revisit Your Dreams channel right here at youtube.com. Man, it's so good to be back with you again. Again, season 4 is back in full swing. Season 4 is titled Artisans. If you haven't noticed yet, if this is your first time back to the channel since season 3, season 4 is titled Artisans. This is the third episode in the cycle of Artisans. As always, you know we got a special episode for you today, but like always, I want to remind you of what we're doing here at Revisit Your Dreams. Here at Revisit Your Dreams, we provide inspiration, motivation, encouragement. We explore real life stories of trial, error, and success, and maybe even provide a few laughs along the way. Man, we want to thank you again for being here because there's a lot going on in the world today, and you could be anywhere doing anything, but we appreciate you spending the time with us. My very special guest today here on the ride is making his second appearance back to the show. Just this week, he released his most complete and the most meaningful album of his career, Just Verse Micro Emotions, or Just Verse Me. He has performed on stages of small packed venues and headlined in front of large audiences. The multi talented rapper, actor, and griot has starred in films, multiple music videos, and is a true master of ceremonies during his performances. He is one of the South's most underrated MCs while never caring to rank amongst the crowd. Please welcome to the show, like I said, for the second time around, lyricist extraordinaire, one of Knoxville's finest, rapper, actor, writer, performer, my guy, Just One Thomas. Welcome to the show.
What's up, family? How you doing? Good to be back.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, I'm glad to have you back, man. I'm glad to have you back, man.
Uh-huh.
Man, audience, man, if you've been riding with us since day one, I want to thank you for being on this journey.
Thank you.
If you've been riding with us since day one, then you recognize this gentleman right here. The first episode that I released, this is kind of monumental because the very first episode that we released on Revisit Your Dreams was nearly a year ago, June 12th, 2025.
hmm
Okay. And Just One Thomas was the very first episode. He was the very first interview. So it's coming full circle again. He's released some new music, some new projects, something I had something to do with too. So I'm excited about it just as he is.
Yes,
But
sir.
I want to welcome you back to the show, Just. And, I like to start off each episode by reminding the audience how we know each other. But, I went through that in the first episode, but I will go through it briefly. We've been knowing each other at least since 1992
Yes, sir.
at Tennessee State University. That's where we met, and then I'm gonna just call it 93 to infinity. That's how we know each
That's pretty
other.
much it. It's been 92 till infinity, and here we are, rocking 2026 and beyond, family. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, man, let's go. Let's just get straight into it, man. Off top, your newest creation. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I know you're excited about it. Fresh off the press, Just Verse Me is a great piece of work.
Yes,
For
sir.
y'all don't know, Just Verse Me, ME is an acronym, stands for micro emotions. But I want you to talk about it. First off, though, before we even get into it,
hmm
where can people go listen to it and go find your latest release?
Okay, well, the album is you can only get it exclusively at justonethomas.com, and you can listen to the entire album at Just One Thomas YouTube channel. But the album itself, that's the only place that you can get it. It's justonethomas.com.
All right, best. So the album's available for download at justonethomas.com. If you want to stream the album, you can go to go to YouTube channel, go to YouTube, and then type in Just One and find Just One Thomas. You can even go search YouTube Music Just One Thomas. You'll find the album there too. But tell us a little bit about the project, man. How do you feel after releasing it, and how did like I know creating an album is a monumental task. It's not a simple task. So
Right.
how do you feel after releasing it, and how do you feel about the whole bringing it together?
Um, I feel I feel exhilarated from a spiritual standpoint because a lot of things that I'm able to bring in or make tangible, I've always had a vision of it long before it comes to fruition. So once it happens, I feel excited, but at the same time, I feel like it's more that I got to do. You know what I mean? I'm able to do this.
Mhm.
What's next? And so, that being said, man, I'm excited about new and bigger creative ventures in the future. And my gist of most of my creative ventures is to inspire other artists to be what you are, an artist. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited to see where it goes and see where this spaceship takes me.
So you okay? So you said I know you're excited. You released the album and right away because you're just a natural creative, right? It just comes to you organically.
Yes,
You
sir.
releasing this one, and more ideas are birthing, and you're ready to give birth to those, and plant those seeds as well. How do you maintain the momentum of making sure that people hear and are inspired and appreciate this body of work while you still push yourself to the future, toward the future, in creating more music?
Okay, so I'm gonna explain this from like the album cover. It's like, or the title of the album, Just versus Me, or Just versus Micro Emotions. We all go through micro and macro emotions, the ebb and flow of life. And I consider life a lyric. And we are always, we are under a spiritual attack most of the times. And so some of the anxieties of life, the ups and downs of life, I like to transmute certain emotions creatively into music and art. And so it's like a channeling of, and it's like a form of surviving during these times of peril. You know what I mean? Keeping the internal spirit creative, regardless of what's going on outside. As long as you keep that
Hmm.
internal spirit creative, you can always change on what's going on outside. And so that to be
Hmm.
said, that like even on this album, some of the songs, most of those songs are 3 to 4 years old as far as when they were actually written. And so, like if I'm in a zone, a creative week, I might write 3 to 4 verses that week. Then I would
Hmm.
practice them to most of the instrumentals that I really, really, really like. And then it becomes muscle memory. Then I would rehearse those songs to different songs that I like, different tempos, different BPMs. So whenever it comes to whenever I start creating that song or find the song that lines up with the content, I'll
Hmm.
match those verses with that content, then I'll create. But I would stockpile verses for a while, you know what I mean? Song after song after song, and then I would take maybe 10 or 12 of them to the next for the next project, and I still have like more waiting for the next project. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much how I flow with it. It's like a flow
So
state.
it's already. Hmm.
It's like a flow state. You and I can have a conversation today, and it's something that we say to one another will stick in my mind after we talk, and then later on that week or that day, a couple of days later, something will remind me of what we said, and then I would expound upon it from there, and it becomes 16 bars. You know what I mean? I would relate it to my nervous system, current events today, and where we would like to see ourselves in the future. All that would be compacted in every 16 bars.
Man, it's crazy that you know that about yourself and about your writing style. I don't know that most people understand that they are gonna add their, emotional intelligence in there. And like you already know where you're gonna be pulling from almost every single time you approach the microphone, almost every single time your pen comes out. You got a subject matter that you're facing or that's come to mind or has been presented to you, and you pull from this and this and this and this, and that's what's gonna create a verse is going to create an album or project. I just think that's dope, man. That and it's very much like a creative, someone who's been doing it for a very long time. For some of you, it might sound a little bit foreign what he just said, but basically, it becomes interpersonal and it never stops. And so he has to find a way to make sure he magnifies what he's currently already put out there while he's still, manifesting what's going on internally in his brain and his spirit and his heart, and letting it come out too,
Right.
so as to not stop the flow state, to never cut off the ties to the flow of creativity. That's you know
Right.
what I'm saying.
Like sometimes from a religious standpoint, some people say, "Do you pray and everything?" And um, when do you pray and all that type thing? And I'm like, energetically, we're energy inside these bodies, so the energy is a continuum. So I'm always connected to the Creator all the time.
Mhm.
So it's a continuum. So, and once you remember the bodies, I mean, all the gifts of your avatar within working intangibility with your spirit, you become a conduit. And when you hear certain musics or certain vibrations that hit your instrument or your body, you kind of just flow with the song. The song tells you what to write. And so those are
Mhm.
actually downloads. You know what I mean? And then, you will practice them over and over again. You edit them, of course, in this 3D dimension. And then you put it in song form and rock on. And the gist is
Man,
to
that's dope.
imprint on the subconscious. Because I remember, some people say sometimes you might want to dumb it down, but I'm like, dumbing it down is what got us in this disposition.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so when you speak to the subconscious, you actually speak directly to the soul. It's in the water. It's going to germinate inevitably.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with especially when you talk about like dumbing down the conversation. Actually, one of my most recent interviews with Ironic the King from my hometown, we talked
Right.
about that subject matter of dumbing it down. It was in relation to context to maybe what LaRussell has said, and and people misunderstanding what LaRussell said in the song Heaven Sent. That was what that conversation was about when we were talking about dumbing it down. But
Right.
I think there's a fine line between getting the point across, meaning dumbing it down to the point of getting the point across, and making sure that people are reacting to it in a way that they should, based on what is actually said. Every statement has to have some level of depth to allow the listener or force the listener to go a little bit further in their own psyche,
Right.
in their own. And I think that's kind of where you're at. And then there's the line of some people, some level of people won't
Right.
ever get there if they don't even get here first. And so I think there's a fine line in that. But either way, I totally understand where you're coming from, because there are people who, the dumbed down message is not enough for them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, it's it doesn't feed where they are, mentally and spiritually.
So I agree with you from that standpoint, because it's like we're analogous of a tree. You got the roots, you got the trunk, then you got the limbs and different branches, and everybody has their position within the wholeness of that tree. So salute to
Hmm.
them. I understand their perspective on um contextually what dumbing it down is, but I'm speaking from the obedience to a creative standpoint, from a creative standpoint,
Mm,
that like build it and they
yeah,
will come. You know what I mean? Everything vibrate,
that's understood.
yes. So um it's the antenna, and then you got somebody way out here past Pluto, they get the frequency, but they'll get there in their own divine time because that's how energy works.
Mhm. Yep. Understood. Understood. Definitely. Sure. I enjoyed that conversation, man, because there's just, there's a broad spectrum in music, in hip hop, in anything, in writing, in when people speak publicly. There's a broad range of viewpoints on the subject matter of how much or how little do you give a listener to absorb, and to take in the material. But either way, that's neither here or there, man. I want to say this: if y'all watching this and you're like, "Why he got on a t-shirt, man? He always have on a collared shirt, button up." This is one of the first time I've ever interviewed somebody and had on a t-shirt, man. I'm just gonna be 100% honest with you. I just didn't feel like it today. Period. I just didn't
And
feel
you
like it today.
still
So
right,
I put
yeah.
on See, that's what it is. And I put on this t-shirt today. So y'all might see me. It's starting to get summertime. I might start wearing some t-shirts a little bit more. It is what it is. Anyway, back to this, man. It's always an honor for me to collaborate with other artists. You being one of the artists I've collaborated a lot with lately, whether it be in production, writing, video, whatever. But man, tell us about some of the tracks, the titles of the album, the track titles on the album to me stand out. Like they have names that pop out at you. Like, why would he name a song this? Or I got to hear this song because of the name of the title.
um the intro and the outro, there's an intro and an outro, they're like bookends. See, arrangements of albums are an art as well. So like how you arrange an album when you're telling your
Mhm.
story, the placement is key. And so the intro is to give the listener a chance to create their own world while listening to this particular piece of work. So I give them an
Mm.
instrumental to vibe to, to where their minds can, and then the musicology of the music can kind of give you the depth of the artist that you're about to listen to, and what they may be listening to when they're not saying anything, or when they're not writing anything. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then the first song, "The Water," is pretty much it's about the flow, what's in the water of the flow, and I'm pretty much introducing my emotions, my ups and downs, things that I've been through, and then also from a hip hop standpoint, showing the lyrical ability of what you're getting. This is a MC from a certain cloth, boom, 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 doubled and triple entendres. This is what, you're about to get into this through this album. And the music and everything, the bass line and everything, it engulfs you. And it makes you feel nostalgia.
Mhm.
And that's the first song that's called "The Water." But the next song is called "Kool Moe D Glasses," right?
Hey, stop right there. That's my favorite song title on the album. That's actually the song title that made me come up with this question. Uh, but I love that song title, Kool Moe D Glasses. That's all I got to say. I'm gonna let you talk about the rest. I love that song title.
Okay, so the "Kool Moe D Glasses" is me paying homage to the old school, to pave the way for me coming up with hip hop. Um, you say, Cool Herc and all them, Cedric and Cedar in '73 in March up there and up in the Bronx and whatnot. And then, I was born like in '72. So I was like a few months old. So I basically grew up with it. And so basically the
Mhm.
Kool Moe D Glass is always like his lyrical ability as a kid and his principles as being an MC. And then I wanted to use, like that movie, like uh with Ronnie Piper, uh They're Alive, when he could see those beings through the glasses, you know what I mean? They Live. I
I'm
think that's
vague.
it's called They Live.
I don't know if I've seen that movie.
It's Ronnie Piper. You check it out. It's called They Live. That's when he was going around with these glasses. He can see who the enemies and reptilians were and all that type stuff,
Okay.
and read all the boards of the subconscious programming. And so I wanted to use that perspective, saying I'm looking at this rap game today through the eyes of Kool Moe D, and I'm seeing through all the tricks and mind tricks that they do to people and all that, and I'm addressing these situations lyrically. And the hook itself, it says, lucky 13 when I'm ditching the 12. I don't need their permission, I can get it myself, meaning like at one time, from a zodiacal standpoint, we as original peoples went by 13 sign zodiac. And down here, we refer to the police as 12. Like, here
12,
comes
yeah.
12. You know what I mean? I'm lucky 13. We ditching the 12. We're going back to our
But,
original cipher, and we getting rid of we breaking out of this nonsense.
yeah.
We don't need their permissions. We can get it ourselves. Line them up. We can knock them down. Shine them up. How you like me now? See through the game through my Moe D glasses. You see what I'm saying? And that's the gist.
Penning OG. Nah, you got to forget
Yeah,
the
through
last.
my
What's
Moe
that
D
last part?
glasses. Original man. I'm penning OG
Penning OG
classics.
classics.
Yeah. And then
I like that. That's hard.
the next song, Level Live Mutant, it's being barific and everything from MC standpoint, but it's also addressing political things. Everybody who's affected by political, being circumvented by the politics and the ways of the world. That's when I started off the song, from good luck bumper stickers to short bus window lickers, political propaganda that be circumventing ninjas. I'm addressing everybody who's victimized by all this stuff. And the MC part of it is more so of a war cry for all of us to break free from this stuff, giving people articulate or artistic perspectives to look at things differently, to where you may look at something like, man, ain't nothing I can do about it. That's what they want you to believe, but you may not know that you can. So here's a few different glasses, back to the Moe D glasses, so you can look through. You know what I'm saying?
I'm providing some lenses for you.
Right. And so it's like I'm sniping ants from a window of a plane, level live mutant, embracing their last name, all of they names that they put on us, the titles that they put on us. And then I'm high up, but I don't remember that we're high up. So we still got the accuracy to hit you from wherever at, and you small as an ant. You dig what I'm saying? And it's to encourage the super potential that's in everybody that they try to suppress. You know what I mean? For their own gains. And that's what the gist of the song is about.
That's a clip bar right there. Finna clip that one. Keep going.
What's the next song? The next song, oh yeah.
After Level Live Mutant.
The next song is Change Your Attitude. You know what I mean? And then it's another song where, I'm being, showing off the lyrical skills and abilities, but also I'm mixing in revolutionary stuff, perspectives, the Shaka Zulu, pursuing our kingdom and stuff like that. Subconscious imprinting. At the same time, I'm using the music is motivating you. It's kind of revolutionizing you, to change your attitude for a better outcome. It's almost like a hip hop version of The Man in the Mirror. But I'm sharing it with you from my perspective of rhyme. You know what I mean? And it's not, in a lot of these songs, it's not like it's soapboxing, but a lot of the soapboxing is really self-conviction stuff that I needed to better myself with. You know what I mean? So they kind of like act as a journal with a beat that I'm sharing with you. And that's the gist of Change Your Attitude to motivate you to be a better person. And that, don't let nobody tell you can't be better than what you are. For the betterment of the entirety of the world. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep. the purpose of this podcast too.
Yes.
Change your attitude.
Yes.
Revisit your dreams.
That's it.
Don't let nobody else take your dreams away from you.
And then the next song is CJ and Will. And
I love that song.
that's me paying homage to my grandfather and my grandmother. Me acknowledging the metaphysics of their presence in my life and how it was imprinted on me as a child, what I never forgot. You know, the unspoken principles that was instilled in me through them and through DNA, and that I'm actualizing and walking now, you know, today. And those virtues and principles help me survive. You know what I mean? And then in a world where they talking about, you know, energy and spell casting and witchcraft, I realized that they were being the energy instead of being the practitioners of it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a big difference. It resonates different, you know? And so I'm paying homage to my grandmother and grandfather in that song. I wanted to give a disclaimer too, that, you know, well, maybe not. I digress. My uncle told me it was cool. You know, that's something for only the family to know. But yeah. And the next song is called Body Break. You know what I'm saying? The gist
By
of
yours truly.
by your Still Chill Leroy produced the track. You heard? We got many more we gonna do. You know what I mean?
For sure.
He got bars
For sure.
coming. Y'all stay tuned. And but that song itself is getting people to realize their inner spirit, their energy, their inner God. You know what I mean? Your energy break out from, you know, this construct of this wicked sovereignty that they putting in your face every day, poisoning your food and all the stuff that they poison the airways and poisoning your mind with the television and etc. So on and so on. Is to evoke you to go back to your root energy and break free of all the constructs of the mind and get into our flow state as a people together. And that's the gist of energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Body break.
Let's see. The next song is Once Upon a Rhyme. And then Once Upon a Rhyme is a song that's pretty much personifying experiences I've had with relationships with women, and that's been in my life. And it's also kind of personifying the women in my life as the music that I create. And it's pretty much like a time capsule or a timestamp of a time in my life that I was at that moment. And it's called Once Upon a Rhyme. And then as you see, I kind of like use the relationship that I had with different women as an analogy through rhyme to tell a story. And there's a lot of subconscious impressions people may interpret, but I leave it to the listener to interpret. I won't give out too many more details.
It's a cleverly written song, man. Cleverly written song. I say that much. And it's dope.
Thank you, brother. And then from
Once
there,
upon a rhyme.
I had a feeling for that cookup. But anyway, so and the next joint is it's a song called J Wonder. And it is almost kind of like a remnants of the song Once Upon a Rhyme. I'm reminiscing about those relationships in the form of rhyme, and compared her to Lady Hip Hop, and she was idealistically the lady in hip hop that I see her as, you know. So I'm telling that story again from her actually being Lady Hip Hop. and I go into creative storytelling of our interactions and how we still resonate with one another, you know, even to this day.
Another dope one, and yeah, cleverly written as well. Y'all go check out. y'all just need to go to justonethomasmusic.com. Let me show them your shirt. It's on the shirt.
Oh yeah, it's justonethomas.com.
Yeah,
That's where you can get the album.
justonethomasmusic.com. Y'all need to just go there, download the album. Uh, it's worth the download. Trust
Yeah.
me.
Y'all can
If you want
listen
to,
to
if
it. You can listen to it on YouTube channel, or Just One Thomas YouTube channel. If you want to pre-screen, preview it, you can do that. I mean, the shares and the
YouTube
likes,
music,
the shares and the likes and the subscriptions help me out just as well. So thank y'all in advance. I love you.
do that. Go there. And if you ever wanted to support this channel, Revisit Your Dreams, if you ever wanted to find a way to support me, this is a small way you could do that because I got work on that project. So
He
you can go
sure
download the
does.
project, go spin it. I got 2 tracks on there. Go spin them. We only talked about one of them so far. We ain't got to it yet. But go support. JustOneThomasMusic.com. Anyway, keep running.
So, like he just said, this next one is called "We Are Here." The hook goes, "Natural Born Invincible," produced by yours truly, my homeboy Johnny King, Still Chill Leroy, and it's the closure song of this particular chapter or this particular album. And the song is like pretty much an artistic perspective of where we at on how I see the world, relationship wise, politic wise, just the whole gamut of everything. And it's maintaining your resonance or your countenance regardless to whom or what that's around you, because you're obeying the creator. And it's called the Natural Born Invincible, or the hook goes Natural Born Invincible. And creative love is my principles. It's because that is the essence. And I want people to have that. They are naturally born invincible spiritually. You know what I mean? And once you resonate that, all these ups and downs and atrocities that they try to throw on us will disappear. And that's what's happening. And that's the closing piece of the song or of the album. And then you go back into the outro, which is called Black Pearl, which is the instrumental piece, which is the same as the intro. And you go back into that meditative state. You went into a meditative state musically from the beginning. Then you download and absorb this certain information. Now, when you go listen to that meditative music again, the mind and the subconscious is going to find a place to put this new information at within your hippocampus. You feel me? And so
Yep.
it's righteous
I just heard
love.
that word on TV yesterday. Hippocampus.
It's
It's in
righteous
your
love.
brain, y'all. It's in your brain somewhere, y'all.
Yeah, it's like when you get it's like synapses, like different branches touching different parts of the trees. When you get information, it reforms itself according to the information that is just received. So that is the gist of the outro, and then to leave you with that nostalgic of feeling that I'm a part of something great. I can be great. I can do great. We are great. You know what I'm saying? And then it spreads. You feel me? Then it makes life easier for everybody.
Exactly, for sure.
Know what I mean?
Man, y'all go to justonethomasmusic.com so y'all can get y'all hippocampuses built up. You know what I'm saying? And reset.
For sure.
But y'all, if y'all want to support, that's a definitely a way y'all can support. Y'all could go download, like you said, you could go to Just One Thomas YouTube channel and stream it. You can go to YouTube Music and search Just One Thomas. You can stream the music and listen to it before you decide to go to Just One Thomas Music and download it. And download it for what's the price on it? Is it pay what you want?
It's $11.99.
It's $11.99. Look, You done bought many
Oh,
things. I know
1099.
you
Pardon yourself.
10.99. You'll buy a cup of coffee 10.99. In 10 minutes, it's gonna be gone, and you're gonna be right back the next day buying that same cup of coffee all over again. You can buy this once, and it'll give you lifelong energy over and over and over
Yes,
again.
sir.
So anyway, let's move let's move on, man. So now that you've released the work, all right, how are you planning to promote the work and introduce your music to more audiences or listeners?
Well, I got some behind closed door strategies that I'm working on with my peers as far as cross pollinating audiences together. Um, certain radios, underground radio stations, certain friends that I know that have huge audiences, sharing it with them. More performances coming up, more videos coming up, and like I just got a performance today that's coming up on June the 13th, Tennessee State University. You know what I mean? For
Okay, dope.
the Flow Part 8, Pal Shadows and etc. and company will be there. A lot of Dog Man, so that's coming up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
June 13th.
that's
Yes.
throwback right there, boy. You gonna be on the card?
Yeah,
You on the
it's
bill?
I'm rocking 2 joints, 2 to 3 joints. We're
I'm
gonna
in,
burn it down.
I'm in the audience. I might be on the backstage with you, bro.
You will be, sir. What do you mean? Shit,
Yes,
I
sir.
have you on stage rocking with me. Let's get it.
That's right. That's how you know what it is.
So,
Hey, all right, let's talk about ageism in hip hop. All right. I got gray hairs, you got gray hairs. We talking about rapping, putting out music, and still putting out music. All
right,
right. We're talking about going back to our alma mater and giving some old hip hop, not old hip hop, giving some game from our hip hop genealogy.
right.
Talk about ageism knowing hip hop in the last few years. You've had some veterans in hip hop music release projects. KRS-One, LL Cool J, Black Thought released an album. Goody Mob released another album. Ti, so some people who would consider old heads or older rappers, we just consider them veterans because they've been doing it for such a long time. They've been doing it. They're our age. Some of them older than
For
us.
sure,
Many people may or may not even know that because they've been in the game so long.
for
But
sure.
how do you feel? What do you say to those who think that rappers over a certain age are too old to be pursuing the journey, and they should just hang it up?
I think that is a construct that was imprinted on them by this society. Because if you take it in contrast to singers, Earth, Wind and Fire, Isley Brothers, they've been smashing the charts for 70, 60 years. You know what I mean? And if you
Mhm.
want to look at it about success or how many accolades or of the land, I don't look at it from that. I look at it as a fountain of youth. It's not like the body is playing football or boxing or nothing. This is the mind. This is development of the mind.
Mhm.
And I've been seeing a lot of videos online lately where maybe females in the ages of the mid 30s, late 40s, like, yo, Unc, if you still rapping, please, we need you out here.
And if you were born in the 70s, if you were born in the 80s, and even if you're a 90s baby, shout out to the 90s babies. I was born in 1990 something, so T to us. But if you're doing music, if you're rapping, continue, still do it. Because this 2000 and on generation, these 2000 babies, I don't know what type of music they're making. It sucks. It's very violent, and I see that it's dying out, and I'm glad that it's dying out. We need to storytell. There's nothing wrong with storytelling more. We need to find solutions, promote peace, promote what's wrong in the community, and stop the BS. To think logically, let's promote that in music. I mean, let's bring back love music, loving one another. Like, let's make that a thing.
We need
Yeah,
social
absolutely.
commentary. We need something for the soul when we're doing something. Not this, I mean, you already know, I'm not even going to mention it. But
Hmm.
experience and wisdom is necessary for this. This is not just hip hop. This is responsibility of a griot. Big Daddy Kane just spit a freestyle the other day. Beard super salty. You feel me? and he's
Mhm.
rocking because he has experience.
Hard too.
You know what I mean? So we are necessary, and it's our fountain of youth. I mean, who's determining what's old as far as being quick-witted of the mind?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And in hip
Yeah.
hop, you have to be quick-witted to actually do real hip hop. You have to be very
Be quick.
intelligent. Intelligence is what we need. Intel, our own intel in ourselves, who we are, versus somebody telling you to turn up and fall off. You know what I mean? Turn up and fall off
Yeah.
at their gain and on to the next. And who's
Mhm.
expendable? My people. So no.
At the result of that, yeah, no, we ain't having that.
But no,
That's why we
bro.
ain't some people will never get mentioned on this podcast or in this subject matter as relation. So yeah, I agree, man. It never stops. It doesn't matter whether what your facial hair looks like. It doesn't matter the age on your driver's license. If you can still deliver a concept and people can absorb it and it make them feel something, then you have the ability still to whatever it is, rap, write, act, sing,
Bro,
preach,
wise intelligent.
write poems.
Wise intelligent be dropping verses all the time. He's just as old as us, if not older. And he's liquid, bro. Still got it.
Mhm,
Still rocking. It makes me proud to be a part of that cloth because I consider them family. You know what
mhm,
I mean? Because we are.
mhm. Yep.
It's just one of our multi skills that we have. You know what I mean? The gift of the melanin, the gift to bounce the cadence and change cadence, the instrumentation and all that, the vibration of all that, to able to be able to remember it in your mind. It's teaching your mind that you can think and how to think, not versus just absorbing something that's not good for you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a lot of that going on, unfortunately, too, with some of the stuff that's being released recently. um, say that much. We gonna move forward. You are more than just a rap artist, though, man. You also, I mean, we gonna get back to the music, but you're more than just a rap artist. I told my last guest, if all you did was rap, you wouldn't be on here. You know what I'm saying? I know a few people that just rap, and it's cool, but you got to do a little bit more than rap. Cause I rap too, and that don't mean nothing if I ain't doing nothing with it. If I ain't doing nothing else, if I don't have nothing of substance behind me, just having the ability to rap.
Right.
Um, so anyway, let's talk about your acting pedigree as well. But talk about the difference between acting amongst a group of actors. You've been on stage and acted, and you've actually acted in front of camera on film. Talk about acting amongst a group of other actors, and then the difference between that and rapping and performing a music as a solo artist. You on stage and you're acting in a play. You got an audience out there versus you on stage and you rapping is just you and it's an audience out there. What's that difference like?
Okay, so to be honest, depends on the role. I wouldn't say that I'm the greatest actor in the world, you know what I mean? Not at all. But I've been a part of theaters, theatricals to where, I really got into the role of the character that I was um, portraying or betraying. And
Mhm,
then so and then when I get comfortable with the lines and it becomes second nature to me, and knowing the crescendos in the piece that I'm doing and the highs and lows, I've had great moments of chilling moments from that standpoint. I've also have, I mean, film it's a different feeling from stage. Stage is the rawness, the liveness. It's you actually touching with the audience. And in film, it's a little bit different. It's almost kind of like you can touch the audience, but if you don't want to touch them right now, you can kind of paint this next scene the way you really want to touch it and touch them later with that. So it's a different kind of vibe, different feeling. Um, but to be honest, as a MC and performing live is I've never felt anything as more exhilarating than performing something that I've written and everybody's getting it and the music is hitting, everything is lined up. I've never had nothing. Michael Jackson concert when I was 11. You know what I mean? I had that feeling
Mhm.
then, and I was like, I want to feel like that all the time
Yeah.
because all the resonance and the vibrations and the, you know what I mean, it was lining up. It was an alignment, and I think that's the key to it is when you feel everything aligned. And I'm not saying align for the stars just for yourself. I'm talking about like you are exhilarated that somebody else can feel this exhilaration as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that makes you more excited, like, whoa, like you witnessing this? Like I told you this is real.
It's the energy
It's the
recycling. It's
reciprocal.
going. It's coming down through you, out through you to them, and then they feeding it back to you, and it's just like, man,
AC/DC current, bro. Yes, sir. It's
yeah,
electric. It lets you know that we're all alive at the same time and we're all aware at the same time. You feel me?
yeah, yeah,
So in college you gotta think about it, it's acting. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
you're pretending, but
Versus being.
right. And that's pretty much the difference for me.
Bad. Word. I appreciate that analogy, man. Appreciate that explanation. Let's get back to the album real quick. Um, Just verse micro emotions. Talk about, you said that some of the songs were, had been 2 or 3 years ago when you had written them. So of course those songs, those lyrics, had took a journey too. They're 2 to 3 years, in the making before their release. So, but talk about some of the behind the scenes work that it took to put this project together. When you compile an album from work of time ago, talk about some of the behind the scenes work that it takes to put an album project and a rollout together.
I would like to give a shout out to the backbone of my art, Johnny King, Still Chill Leroy. I'm serious. Um,
What?
Jabbar Harper for my
That's a small
graphics,
part.
videography. He helps me manage my websites and all my stuff online. Revis Mitchell for the mixing and mastering. And I've been dedicated to this team for over 30 years. And so recently, Revis has just moved from Nashville to Detroit. So to get the same quality, the same synergy, I have to go record. I recorded the last album in Detroit, and that's what I'm going to continue to be doing, and also establishing my network up there in Detroit. So yeah, it's a lot of traveling doing the making of this album. Um, a lot of late nights to where I had to get up and go to work 6 in the morning, but I might be up till 3, 4 o'clock, doze off, and then hit that alarm. I'm right back at work. You know what I mean? Might try to get a little bit of repair sleep on the weekends, but I'm usually up creating. Being a father, my daughter just graduated salutatorian. She's about to go to school. My son is into graphics, mixed martial arts. He's a videographer. So yeah, between them and this, that's pretty much the gist all the time. You know what I mean? And trying to be a better person every day myself.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it can be a challenge when you're like you said Revis engineer, producer,
Hmm.
definitely mixing and mastering a lot of the work was right here in Nashville, and then had to move, well, not had to move, but moved to Detroit. So now your base, your foundation of where you were recording and getting that synergy is kind of split. So now, in order to keep that synergy, in order to keep your albums within your projects with the same kind of feel, the same gel to them.
Hmm.
You want to still work with the same body of
Right.
people that you've been rocking with, like you said, for the last 30 years. So
Hmm.
taking trips back to Detroit. And I'm only saying this and going over this for the audience. Sometimes there might be a stumbling block in your journey that makes you reconsider whether or not you want to keep moving forward. And then you have to readjust and say, if this is important to me, then I just need to readjust how I'm thinking about it. And it might mean I might also need to make some
Mhm.
moves in order to, or some changes in my recording style or my lifestyle or what have you, in order to make this thing happen.
Right.
That's why I wanted to ask that
Hey
question.
man, hey, you can envision a place, but you got to walk to get there. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Also, I want to give a shout out to a lot of people who got production on the album. The first 5 songs were produced by K Fresh Music. You can check him out on .com, kfreshmusic.com online. You know, Johnny King, Still Chill, Leroy. Once Upon a Rhyme was done by Evan Ship, Young Stro. You can check him out. Black Pearl was done by Vibe Kid 23, Brandon Northern. J Wonder was done by Rodney Jones, Jones for Music on Instagram. You can check him out. And there's much more to come. Much more to come.
Dope, man. That's dope. All right. So, if Just One Thomas could write and determine definitively his own fate, what does your life look like in 5 years?
Um, the, my music is heard by many more people. I'm in a more peaceful state of mind. I'm able to give and heal as much as I can without deplenishing myself. Um, in a warm climate, preferably tropical. You know what I'm saying?
Bora Bora.
And the music is out, and then that the music that I create is helping to be, helping the world heal, to be a better place within that time frame. You know, they say watch out for 2030 and all those things. I don't get into those scares and all those things like that. I just maintain the internal focus and follow that map and just flow with the journey. But yeah, by that time I plan to be expanded. It'd be cool to be expanded worldwide. But I don't have to have all the
Oh,
sand at the beach, just enough to know, I can take care of people within my capacity and keep doing
that's
what we're
dope, man.
doing creatively.
That your answer to that is inspiring. Your answer to that is inspiring because I think it's what most people feel like. I don't gotta have all the sand at the beach. I
No,
just want to be okay. I want to be at peace, and I want to be able to help other people.
mm,
That's what most
that's it.
good natured human beings want to do. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's simple.
Yeah.
It's simple. All right, Just man. So I enjoyed this conversation about the album. Again, if y'all want to go stream it, go to YouTube, type in Just One Thomas, and you can see his channel there. You can stream all the songs there if you want to get an idea for what they sound like
Right.
before you make a decision to support. Or you could just go support justonethomasmusic.com. If you're supporting Just One Thomas, you're not just supporting him, you're also supporting Revisit Your Dreams, and you're supporting me as the host of this show and as a producer, a music producer. So go support, go tap in justonethomasmusic.com. The album is called Just Verse Me or Just Verse Micro Emotions. If you want to know, again, as a reminder for those of you who are here for because you know me, uh, I got 2 songs on the
He
album.
does. They
Uh, Now We Here, and Body Break.
they
So
banging too.
we even got a video for Body Break too.
Yes,
So
sir. It's
that's
on the
out too.
website too.
Yeah. So y'all go check that out. But all right, Just, we can't just let you come to the ride, jump in the ride, then jump up out the ride without having some fun with you, man.
That's what's up.
So we're gonna have some little bit of fun. Revisit your dream style, bruh.
Yes,
All right.
yes, sir.
It's it's time for another installment of Off Top. Let's get it. All right.
Peace. Love
So
y'all.
you write, you rap, you act, you perform, you can hoop, you good at lifting weights. so so we gonna call this one the Just Get It Done edition of Off Top.
That's what's up.
All right.
Salute. Thank you for having me,
Just Get It
fam.
Done edition of Off Top. Yes, sir. All right. Here's how this goes. I call out the name of a person, place, or thing, and in 30 seconds or less, you tell us the first thing that comes to mind. Off top. Got it?
Okay.
Simple as that. Are you ready?
I think I am.
Off off top. I ain't gonna make too hard, but off top, rap griot, knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everybody.
KRS-One. I mean, he's a cornerstone. That's the word that comes to my mind. He's a cornerstone. He's so necessary for our alignment. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that. All right. It don't have to be just one word. It's 30 seconds or less, but I'm gonna let you take it as long or as short as you want it to be. All right. That was KRS-One. All right. Off top, fellow TSU Tiger and film director Howard Bell.
Talented. Gifted. Yeah. I think once you give him the security to do what he do, he can do great things. He can do great things.
For sure. Howard Bell. And, came from Big Blue, so
Mm-hmm.
gonna always be able to do great things, man.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up. Shout out to Howard Bell, man. All right. Off top, the music industry.
It is occultic. It is not healthy for us in the grand scheme of things. So, it has its purpose, but then again, it doesn't. That's how I feel.
All right. And that was the music industry. Takes on the music. All right. Here we go. Off top, ghostwriters.
Man, I mean, salute to the ghostwriters with writing ability, but it's hard for me to the person that they're writing for. I'm strict about writing. Like if you, as an MC, if you get somebody to write for you even once, I kind of I don't see you the same. Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, I'm with it because you ain't tapping into what's in here.
Yeah, you're
You
not
get
being
poetry
yourself.
sometimes,
So somebody else is writing
authentic.
it for you. It's like I'm like, who are you? Even if it was just
Mhm.
one verse. But salute to the people who are probably getting money from ghostwriting for people. It's lucrative, but from a spiritual standpoint, no.
Yeah. Yep. I asked one time. I asked a gospel MC years ago. I interviewed him too on this podcast before about ghostwriting some lyrics for him. He was like, "Bruh, that's not what I do.
Right.
My word has a specific message, so it only comes from me." And I didn't get that until he said that, and then I understood the difference between a true writer and why people feel the way they feel about ghostwriting.
It goes back to
Um,
that tree. That tree, Johnny's branch is his branch. My branch is mine. And we need both
mhm.
branches to make the tree.
Yeah.
Right.
So if we don't have yours and we got two of Johnny's, that ain't gonna help. That ain't
Something,
gonna work.
right.
Something ain't right. All right. Off top, dynamic music engineer, Revis Mitchell.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. He's a godsend. Um, he's a brother of mine, good friend of mine, but he's a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant mind, period. And anything that he comes across, he's very, very intelligent. One of the best producers and creators of musical tech, production, videography, decorum, design. He's a brilliant mind, man. And I think that it's the universe put us together for a reason. You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
100% agreed.
Yes, sir.
100% agreed. Everything you said about Revis Mitchell, I second that.
Yes, sir.
All right, off top, U.S. Representative Jasmine Crockett.
I do not really comment on political things. It's all smoke and mirrors.
I respect that and appreciate that. Off top, the future of hip hop.
The future is hip hop is eternal. As long as you got us as a people, hip hop will forever be here. Be it in griot form, hip hop form, Cab Calloway. We always gonna speak to the beat of life.
So hip hop ain't going nowhere.
No
It's gonna
sir.
always be here.
No sir.
No matter how they try to pervert it, no matter how they try to stain it,
No.
hip hop is what it is. It's gonna exist until the end of time.
That's it.
Until till there are no more melanated people on this earth, hip hop's gonna be
And
here.
we still gonna be around past time.
We ain't going nowhere. We've been here since the
You
beginning.
don't see no clocks in your dreams. Wake up.
All right, homeboy, we're gonna wrap it up right here, man. This has been a great episode and a great time. I enjoyed the time with you. Thank you for taking that ride off top with us, man.
Thank you.
That was a fun segment.
Thank you.
Respect all your responses, no matter how short or how lengthy they are. We respect all responses on the segment. So it's all good. There's a reason I asked you about Jasmine Crockett, and I was expecting a similar answer. So
Yes, sir.
that's what it is.
That is.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up here, man, and give you the opportunity to share with our audience anything that you want them to know about what you got going on currently, what you got going upcoming in the future, where they can find your products, where they can find your music, anything you like to share. The floor is yours.
We got more projects coming. A few podcasts coming, telling our story. Been working on a book, like an autobiography. Been working with a few peers of mine as far as doing voiceovers for their cartoons pretty soon. And cross-pollinating different websites of my peers that I've been working with for years that are doing big, big things. And from those networks, they're going to be telling their story or our story during this past 30 years. We're going to be kind of explaining some things that's kind of, it's kind of obscure to the public. So, yeah, those things are coming down the line.
That's dope. That's dope, man. Once again, you can find the music. It's justoneThomasmusic.com. Go ahead and download the album, Just Verse Me, the brand new album just released last week. Streaming on YouTube Music. The album is hard, start to finish. Slaps. And I got 2 tracks on there too. So don't go buy it just because of me, but buy it because I'm on it.
That's right.
All right, for those of you watching, man, I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if so, please subscribe to this channel. Please like this episode and please share it with someone who you know that might be able to get something from it. We are excited about what's to come for season 4. We got many more special guests, exciting guests for you. So please keep coming back. We are just a few subscribers away from 200. Actually, we just reached 150 not too long ago. So our goal is to try to get to 250 subscribers by the end of season 4. And so if you're watching this show, before you link off and go to another episode, just hit that button real quick to subscribe. You're going to get the reminders of when we release new episodes. You'll be able to tap into all of the shorts and the other content that we put out. And I want to thank you again for doing so. Thank you so much. Lastly, if you know someone who is still on the pursuit of their dreams, you should encourage them to keep growing until their dreams are realized. Please keep feeding them. Please keep fueling them. Please keep encouraging them. You never know when their dream is the dream that's going to make all of our lives better. So tap into Revisit Your Dreams podcast if you need more inspiration, conversation, and motivation. As a reminder, our shows air Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for everybody out there on the West Coast. And we'll see you again real soon on another episode of Revisit Your Dreams. One love.
Peace.
We out. It's my homeboy Just One Thomas right
That's
there.
my brother, Johnny King.
Man, you just unloaded, man. Unloaded. About to re back up. You got to re up on the sounds. You know, unloaded the whole project, bruh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. About to go back to Detroit pretty soon and drop another installment. Keep it moving. It's
Got
therapy.
that.